Alright guys, hey, how's everybody doing? You're probably wondering, where is that guy who's building two houses in his 60s? Where did he go? So I did go up north to the Great White North to hang out with Shannon. Quick trip over to Western New York to visit some family, and very quick there. So any of you who are in Buffalo that watch the video, sorry that I didn't. It was only a couple of days, and I wanted to see my dad and stuff. So and then came back last week, and we were in a deep freeze, so there wasn't anything going on last week. I actually worked all week at Lowe's, so I got a couple of drips that didn't make it through the cold. Nothing major. I still have water and everything, so I didn't get to fix it, but I'm going to start today. So today is like the 27th of January, so I want to get some of this out of the way, some other stuff before February 1st, and then I'm going to hit it again, start building that porch up there on the house, and continue with the water line and get that all situated into the basement of the house. So those are my two big things. In the meantime, I'll be chopping some more wood off and on. Got a fence out here that is bent, one of the posts that I need to replace if I can get to that, and a couple other things that I want to do around the property. So, but we got about 3 more months here, and then we'll head out to Wyoming and continue there. All right, so let's get back to it. Missed you guys. Come on, Punch. Let's get back to work. There, where you see that orange bucket, and that doesn't even fill in a 24-hour period. It doesn't even fill 5 gallons, so it's just a little drip. But that is where our hose from our hydrant and city water come into the RV, and right behind it, the PEX, there's a PEX fitting that looks like it's dripping. It's got a crack or something. I'll have to look at it, but it's behind some other stuff, so I got to take that apart. But before I can do that, I have to come over to the hydrant, which is right here, and I do have insulation under that from last week, just to keep it warm. Even though I have heat tape on it, I wanted to put insulation and then a garbage bag over that so it wouldn't get wet and stuff. So but that froze, so I can't, when I put the handle down, it doesn't shut off the water, so I got to play with that. The hose is dripping where it meets, but I can't do anything about it because I can't turn the pressure off. So I'm trying to turn the pressure off right here, and that is a valve that I have buried in the ground. When we brought our water up here, I put a valve on there just so we could shut it off and on, but the handle broke off in the freeze too last week. So it's just a small drip. So I was actually leaving the water run a little last week because it was so cold that I'd let the faucets drip in the bus. This bus just is not warm enough to be in 6-degree nights. So I'm actually glad that it made it through this much. I had it all shut down while I was gone too, but last week was the coldest of the year so far. So let's take a look, see if I can get that valve turned off without the handle, maybe some vice grips or something. Then we can repair this. Then that leads to repairing that leak in the bus. And then on the hot water side, I have the hot water shut off, but when I turned it back on, I saw something's dripping there. So that'll be an easy fix because I can get right at it. It's right in one of the bins, and it's right there in front of me. So that'll be last. So let's get to it. Okay, to show you what broke is this piece of PEX. There's a blue PEX line coming right up into here, and then this gets screwed onto a male adapter that goes to the outdoor, like we have an outdoor sink or something out there in that bin. So what I got to do is replace this piece, because this is plastic and it cracked last week, so, or while I was gone. So let's go over here. By the way, I was able to shut off the hydrant over here, and that is all shut off thanks to vice grips. Vice grips work just as good as a valve handle, so shut that off, undid the hose, and now there's no pressure coming up here. So unfortunately, this piece here is behind all this. Just a gorgeous day too, though. It's probably almost 60 now in the sun here. It actually feels so warm. So, but as you can see, we get frosty nights. That grass is all yellowed by the frost and stuff. It'll need a good rain, which we're gonna get this weekend. And so let's get back to this plumbing and see, but it is nice out. Okay, I found my leak, and I tried taking it off, putting it back on, reaching up there with a pair of channel locks and trying to screw it back on, but it just keeps dripping, so it's got to be replaced. So I got it to where it's back to just a little drip, and unfortunately this whole black thing with about 10 screws has got to come out. Then I got to undo all this plumbing stuff. I might not hook excuse me, this sprayer and sink contraption. We've never used it in 10 years that we've been traveling, so I may just plug that off and then just put this back on somehow. But yeah, that's what I got to do. So I'm starting to unloosen screws now, but if I don't get to it today, I can just keep working on it tomorrow. I'm off again tomorrow, so it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon now, so we'll see where we get to today. All right, I got all my screws out. There's like 4 here and 2 here. Got those all out. They're sheet metal screws, so they're self-tapping. They're a little bit harder to get out than usual. I think I'm gonna unhook this outlet right here and fit that through the hole. That way, this thing's pretty loose now. All it is being held up by this plumbing right now, but I'm not gonna mess with that because it'll be dark in a half an hour here. So I sure do not want, it's dripping, but it's not dripping any more than it has been the last few days. So I think what I'll do is come out here tomorrow and shut off the water and just get this all put back together somehow, and we'll go from there. So, all right. Hey guys, just after 9 Monday morning, so worked the last couple of days, but I'm right over The RV where I got to fix the water leak is right here, but I'm letting it warm up just a little. It was in the low 40s when I came out here, so I thought today, after a good rain over the weekend, was a good day to get some of my brush. I've had some brush piles here just sitting here all winter pretty much since, God, it was 6 weeks ago when I cut it down maybe. All the brush on the fence line out here. So finally getting to burn that, and I get it started with a bunch of cardboard. We save all our cardboard and just burn that up, start that fire. And then there's some scraps left over from the flooring of the house that I want to get burned up too, and just take care of all that odds and ends stuff while I'm letting it warm up just a little. It's supposed to be in the mid 60s today, so should be a good day to fix this plumbing. And I'll show you, I got everything set up right here. And just letting it warm up a little. So we'll get after it. I just shut my water off, let that pressure go down, got the fire going. As soon as all the brush is burnt, it'll make some nice coals, and then I can start burning some wood and stuff, because it is a little wet, the wood, but this brush stuff dries out pretty quick, and that's already dry enough that it's burning good. And then with the dry cardboard that I've been bringing over, I'm just about out of the cardboard. That stuff burns so quickly because it's dry and everything. But yeah, I'll just start burning some wood over the day while I'm working on this. I figure that way I'm kind of in front of the fire so it doesn't get away from me or anything. So that's what I like to do, especially around here when it's been somewhat dry. I mean, we did get a good soaking rain Friday and Saturday, so that was good. But I still like to make sure I'm around it and not up at the home site or something up there. And so we'll get to it. Okay, so I have all the plumbing, electric, everything unhooked. There's one screw right back in there that I'm trying to get out right now, and that's the only thing holding this black shield, I guess, for all the plumbing that's behind it. So once I get that out, then should be able to get into everything and get it fixed up and stuff. So whether I'll put this back, I'll probably put it back some way, but we never use any of the plumbing stuff in here other than our hose hookup. So I'll see when I get this off what I'm gonna do. All right, guys, I got this that whole black metal piece off right there, and that's what you're left with is all your pipes behind there, and much easier to get to. So this was the piece that was leaking. Actually, I already cut it off here, so it's all plastic. Somewhere it was leaking. I didn't want to play with it and try to get it back on good. I just went out and bought another part, already put it on. It's got a brass fitting that goes down into this pipe. Put my crimp sleeve on and crimped it with the Crimpex tool, and it's already good to go. So I screwed this back on, and now I'm gonna hook up my hose right to here and turn the water on somewhat and see if I have any leaks. Actually, another thing is I forgot to put the hose spigot. So this is thread pipe. This is hose thread right here. So I got to put this into the hook into the bus so I can put the hose on here real quick. All right, guys, I actually took the sink faucet, so it wouldn't spray out, because obviously you want pressure to see if there's any leaks. So you see some dripping down here, but that's because I've already let, this is the low point of our water system, so that's a good way to let air out and stuff, but I don't see any leaks, so I think we're good. So I'm actually gonna just go back to stoking this fire. I got some logs now on there and some wood burning on my fire, and I'll stoke that up and I'll just keep watching this. I just want to leave it for a few minutes, make sure nothing starts dripping or something like that. So that's what I'll do now. Okay, I see no leaks. It's been about an hour. Just keep coming back and checking it, so everything's dry under there. So now we begin putting it back together, so that should be fun. All right, I got 3 of the screws in for this metal plate, and now I'm starting to put in the these are the low point shutoffs. So if you ever want to drain the whole water system, that's the lowest point in the bus for the water system, and those you open up and it'll allow everything else to drain. So I got those back together. I got to put the handles on. It's very windy out here this afternoon, so I'm going to put the faucet in these 2 holes right there. And alright guys, I think we're good. I've had the water on about 10 minutes and dried it out down there, and I don't see any drips anywhere, so I always keep checking it for about 24 hours just in case I see something that is a slow drip or something. But it looks like we're back in business. Alright guys, here's the hot water side. I probably covered this in a video last year because the same thing happened, but that, see there, cracked. And they don't make those, this plastic, this is brass, but this is plastic, and it screws on here, right there. But yeah, I wish they'd make that in some type of metal. It probably wouldn't break as easy. But this is an easy fix because all you do is shut off your hot water tank right here, and it bypasses the hot water, so there's no pressure in there now. So I can just cut that. I don't have to turn off all the water. And I'll put that piece in. Again, with PEX being so flexible, I can cut it right below that ring and still have enough room to bring this up through that little bracket right here and fit it back on there. So shouldn't be a problem. Alright guys, I got it fixed, and as you can see, the hot water tank lever here is now in the open position, and it's filling the hot water tank. And you can hear the gas is fired, so it's heating the water in the gas in the tank, and I should have hot water, and I'll go in and check that in a few minutes here to make sure it heats up pretty quick, because it's only a 6-gallon tank on an RV, so I've got to take quick showers. But that looks like that leak's taken care of, so I think that is everything. All right, guys, you saw that picture that I just put on there. Shannon found that on the internet on some website, and that's about the closest we envision our house being at when it's finished. Along with that porch being screened in. We're going to screen in the whole porch just because there's a lot of bugs and stuff up here in Tennessee in the warmer weather. But this is going to be the porch side right along here. So envision that house in that picture being stretched out a lot longer than that picture shows. That picture just shows, oh, I'm going to guess that's 10 or 15 feet, and this goes 48 feet. So just envision that picture, but that house being pushed or pulled longer. So depth wise, it's going to be about the same, and instead of that being the front of the house there, that's just going to be the porch. We're going to have a sliding door, but we're going to have our entrance here right in this will be the front of the house as you come up the road here. And we'll decorate, you know, I'll make it architecturally nice and inviting. It's not going to be a door on the side of a cabin type of thing, so it'll look a lot better. So yeah, so today I'm just up here. I'm going to start back on that water pipe, but I was just walking the porch here, and this project's going to be the next big project. Getting my lumber list together right now. I got still a gravel pile down there that I'm going to bring up here, put all kinds of gravel here, smooth it out, even it out, then put my posts evenly across here. That'll have a beam and a ledger board across here, and then joists coming off to make the porch. And that's something we think will get us ahead of the game for next year when we frame the house, because instead of being on tall ladders trying to sheathe this side of the house or frame it, whatever, we'll be able to be out on the porch floor and be able to just turn around and build this whole front wall here of the house, which is the tallest wall. You saw where it's a shed roof, so this side will be the tallest part. That side will be 8 feet. So I'm just kind of envisioning what my next move here is. And by the way, on the videos about the water pipe, I'm going to make that all one video. So I'm going to constantly shoot a video of me working my way up here with the water pipe, but it is going to take so long because it's so slow with all the roots in the ground. They got to be cut out when I dig it up, and putting the pipe in the ground. I just figure I'll keep that one long video, and you'll just see it probably in fast motion or something like that. So I'm going to concentrate getting back to here. I'll be working the water pipe off and on, and slowly get that up. You just drive yourself crazy if I were to do that whole thing. It's about 100 feet that I got to come up here, so that's going to take a little while. So, but I got time, and I'm up to the challenge. So we'll keep working on that. So yeah, we found that picture, so I just wanted to kind of show you. This will be the front of that picture where those steps are coming down. We obviously won't have steps. We'll just have the porch coming up over this ravine and stuff, and that'll look nice. I'm also going to clean up some of this wood here this year. Now's the time to get down there and clean up. When we had this all scraped, he just pushed it off into this ravine. It looks pretty gnarly down there now and messy, so I want to clean that up. We got some more up here behind the house, so I'll clean that up too. So yeah, so I'm excited, especially when you see the picture of how it could end. I think it's going to look nice. So I'm going to end this video. Sorry, January is pretty limited on what I can do. You saw the weather, what the weather did, that cold weather. We don't get a lot of snow, but man, we got some cold weather for a good 10 days there. And then that's why I try to take off at this time too, and got a quick trip up to see family, and then had a good long weekend with Shannon, and caught up with her, so everything's good. batteries are recharged. I'm fired up about getting back to this. And it is warmer, as you can tell. It's about 60 out right now, so we'll get after it. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I guarantee the videos are going to get better. We'll be back on the right track. So thanks for sticking with me, and we'll see you on the next video up here in Tennessee.